There we go. Hopefully everything is starting up. Just want to make sure we got a... How's everyone doing? I'm not sure if anyone is even in here yet, but we're going to start up. Yeah, let's just go live. About There we go. Hopefully we're actually live because, who knows. I'm just going to announce in our Discord that we're actually live so that way, there we go. Huh. There we go. All of that is set up. And let's get started, boys. How's everyone doing? We got a bit of things we need to do. Got my water there, just in case. Now that we're actually live and we're ready to go, we actually got some stuff to do. So, if I actually open up Milanote, we have been working on the A-Star for the last few weeks, or last few live streams. There we go. We kind of understand how local avoidance works, so smooth out the rotation. We kind of did that by switching over to the pre-implemented agent. Now we're going to set up the root motion A-Star pathfinding for the wander behavior. That's what we're going to be working on this stream. It shouldn't be too difficult. Before the stream started, I went ahead and I implemented the A-Star pathfinding project that Behavior Designer already gives you with the movement pack. So that way we're going to actually be able to go into literally just like the seek function using A-Star and figure out how they're actually using this and how they're implementing it. So last time we just added the component to the AI, and that's how we were getting him to move around, and we're not actually using Behavior Designer, and that's something we gotta fix. So we're gonna go through a lot of the actual A-Star movement from Behavior Designer, see how they did it themselves, because it's really nicely implemented, and from there we're gonna change up how the actual movement works and get it to work with our root motion. So we're kind of taking a step back a little bit, but that's not going to be that bad of a problem to fix. So let's just close off. We can actually close all but this. And there we go. Bada bing, bada boom. I know it's a Saturday. I know it's like midday Saturday. So if we don't have that many people watching, that's a-okay. But the grind never stops. You also might hear it in my voice that I'm a little bit sick. I kind of have a headache. It's been raining all day today. And it's like a really hard shift in weather. So I'm a bit under it. My eyes might be a little red too. I am exhausted. Haven't been getting too much sleep, and sleep is very important. But with that all being said, let's start seeing how this is all implemented. So let's just go to the base class. And from here, intentionally left blanks. We sample the position. We check if there's a function to check if it's arrived, if it has a path, and all of this. Now, if we actually just go down to the base movement script, what do we do? This is literally just super simple. So what we're actually going to have to go back up to A-Star pathfinding. I think somewhere here, this is where it actually starts. So, or does, hold up. Go to definition, or not that. I am so sorry. Why don't I just press F12 again? That just is a child of action. So this is like basically the base class that we need to focus on because this is the actual A-Star implementation. So we set the destination, we search for a path, recalculate the current path. You can use this if you Okay. Set the velocity. I'm thinking we could use dot velocity, and using that, we're gonna actually be able to put that into our animation movement smoother and get it to work properly. Midday, meanwhile, it's almost 12 a.m. for me. Yeah, I forgot time zones are kind of a thing. It's 5:41, as you can tell, or actually you can't tell, but it's 5:41 p.m. for me. And if you hear me slurping, I am so sorry. I am thirsty. So we're gonna have to just, you guys are gonna have to deal with that. There isn't any music because every single time I've started a stream with music, I wake up to a cute little email from YouTube saying that like 90% of my stream got copyright claimed. Right, I mean like probably a good like eighth of it got copyright claimed. So how are you doing, the Apex game guide? The Apex Gamers Guild. Why did I say guide? Yep, it's roughly 6 hours, so if you've arrived, if not, you want to just keep setting that destination. What do we do when we set the destination? We say that we can search, we can move, we set the destination, and we search the path. How do we actually go from... That's interesting. How do we... Oh, I wonder if you actually have to have... Oh, yeah, I think this is what it's actually doing. So we might actually be in luck that we don't have to redo everything. So we're actually going to turn off our little dude right there and drag in the fully implemented one. And with this, all we really got to do is go to the warrior org, and we're going to copy this component. We're going to hide all of these. Then we're going to just paste as new. And this way, I think we might be good to go to just change out which wander we're using. Right, so we need the AI destination setter as well. Oh no, I did not. Oh gosh, what am I doing? Let's paste that component as new. We're also going to need this one. Paste component as new, and I think the rest of the stuff we already have implemented. So animation movement smoother, raycast. So then maybe if we get lucky, we might have just figured this out without having to do much. We get to go into actions, movement, A-star pathfinding, and we're gonna just go to the wander. We're gonna just attach that. Set the speed to 1. If we have the target FOV, we need to have the target, and then we're also, I think the most important thing we're gonna do is go to movement, A-star pathfinding, and we're just gonna do the pursuit speed of probably 1 as well. So target prediction, oh, we get prediction stuff as well. So the target we're running towards is gonna be that, and we can just turn that off and attach that. So I just want to see, does this actually work by us just doing that? Oh gosh, I'm having trouble keeping my eyes open. But yeah, how is everyone doing this nice evening or morning or night, wherever you guys are located? What if we just turn off AI? How's this moving? Huh. So, did we actually just figure that all out? Yeah, we kind of did, didn't we? It's kind of like really buggy though. So we're gonna move this down here so you guys can also see the debugging aspect of this. Within distance. How are we not within the distance? Hold up. We kind of are though. That's the thing. It's like we kind of are within the distance. So we're gonna go over here. Huh. Open up behavior designer. Offset is 1. Should be like that, I think. How is everyone doing in chat? Ayo made it to the stream on this time. Welcome, Ryan. Hope you're doing great. I love your news devlog. You love those new player animations? Thank you. I love them too. It took me so long to actually get it to work. Let's just disable that. If it doesn't work, just disable it. That like kind of works. What's the animator looking like for the warrior orc? Oh, that's weird. That looks very stupid. How are you doing, Ani boy? Oh gosh, that's weird. Let me think. It's also like really hot in my room. I don't know why it's really hot, and I'm so sorry. I'm gonna either have to turn that off or dim it. That's just like straight in my eyes. Oh, those player animations do look nice. Thank you so much. With that being said, though, what is the issue going on? So we're gonna go. We're gonna go over here to the warrior orc. We're checking if it's the target for the player proximity distance. What's proximity distance looking like? Proximity distance is 30. That should work. Let's do a debug run, right? You know what? Why are we doing this on like this AI, right? That's what I'm not understanding. Is like why I should have just tried another test AI before moving on to an actual AI. So we're gonna just remove that and keep focusing on the one we made last stream. So we're gonna add a simple behavior tree to it. I love that bug, by the way, where this whole thing goes black. It's really fun. Hope you enjoy it whenever you get around to it. Huh. Oh, you still gotta watch the new devlog? You should definitely worth the watch. Repeater, we're gonna repeat forever, and we're actually gonna just actions, movement, A star, and we're gonna go to a is it just the seek, the basic one? Yes, it is. Loving that. Oh, the seek doesn't have any of the cool like stuff though, but that's not a problem. We can, or actually we can just go like, hey, where's that player at? Yeah, you're gonna chase that player. And with this, we're gonna be able to hopefully get it to work. Hopefully. Oh, and I think I know the problem. The fact that we have the AI path. We have the target set in AI path. So we're going to have to go back to this. I just want to know how all of this works. Because right now, I have no idea. Or AI destination setter. Yeah, we want to just go like, hey. That's nice. Hey. None. Now I want to see if the A star algorithm actually takes and sets the target in this AI destination setter, because that would kind of be useful. Well, I'll be off for now. Had worked the entire day and my body just needs sleep. Alright, Coaster. Hope you enjoy. Have a good night's sleep. We actually might not even need the AI destination setter. From what I'm looking for, I think we might be good. And then what if we disable this? Does this just bada bang bada boom? It still runs to that distance, so I'm assuming now if we just enable it, he's gonna run straight towards me. And we kind of noticed that weird bug he's having where like he's still trying to run sideways. And although that could be kind of cool whenever he's like that, it's kind of weird seeing him run like that. So what I'm thinking of doing is like all of last stream we try to get it to work by just setting the current position, or yeah, it's the AI path that we're looking for, but we're going to AI base. No, not F11. That actually starts compiling. Oh gosh, that was just not a good idea. Alright, anyways, well, this just tries to start for no reason. Let's press F12 this time. This is why I need that boom mic, guys. The mic is like it's like right here. Actually, I'm gonna turn this back on so I don't look like sitting in a completely dark room. So that my mic is like right over here, right? It's awful, and it's like right in the center of my keyboard. So, you know, there's always a benefit. Anyways, back to this. We're gonna have to go down. I think it's like 621, right? We just use root. If we're using root motion, we're just set movement input to that. And that should work, but I'm wondering if we just set it to a new vector 2. We could just do like some like. I really hate that we do that though. Yeah, I don't want to do this. So for now, we're gonna have to. Huh. Honestly, we might have to get 8 directional movement working for the enemies, because right now it's like really weird with how the root motion works. It's like trying to counteract each other, and that way it doesn't work. But if we get 8 way directional movement, all of this is going to work well. It is so weird not listening to music, but what's got to be done's got to be done, right? So we're going to actually remove this component. And that actually works relatively nicely. He still, of course, has the weird behaviors where sometimes the path doesn't it doesn't find a good enough path. You see, like, right there, it doesn't repath fast enough. So what if we set the repath to, like, extremely quickly? Like, every second he tries to... or every 0.1 seconds. This is terrible for optimization, but we're gonna have to find a good value that would actually work. But for now, I think most of this stuff does work. So, ooh, that's weird. Ooh, that's breaking. That's breaking, boys. That is broken. There we go. So all we really need is the AI path, animation movement smoother, and raycast modifier for the behavior tree to work. And now with that testing done, was gonna say that would probably hurt performance pretty bad if there was a lot of them. Yeah, that's something I gotta be careful for, because right now the game itself, it doesn't run terribly, but I'm also not sure because my PC's kind of nuts right now. So I gotta make sure I watch out for the people that don't have like a 3080 in their computer, which is, I'm not trying to flex, I'm just being honest. This 3080 Ti makes me just think like I can make the game run as terrible as I want, but I'll still be able to run it because I have a 3080 Ti. That's just not what you should do. So going back to this, what we want to do, since we're not going to get them to wander, all we really got to do is set seek right here. Yeah, that. I'm going to set that to target with the speed of seek. Or what was it? Was it actually? It was chase. I don't know why I was saying seek. But we got to make sure to enable that. And what we do got to add, like I said before, was... Oh no, why did I delete him? No, we don't want to delete him. We just want to turn him off. All we really need is that AI path. So we're going to go, like, yoink it really fast. As well as the raycast modifier. And I think that's all we're going to need from him. And you might be wondering, like, why am I doing all of this? Or, like, why am I switching from NavMesh over to A-Star? And this is actually an unintended benefit, I realized, is that I get to use the professionally, like, done by the developers. I get to use their agent in order to move my character around, which is something I couldn't do with the NavMesh agent because it was... He's not supposed to be doing that, boys. What is he trying to do? Is he trying to wander? He's trying to wander. So, we're going to turn that off. We're going to turn that off. So, he's not getting the within distance to work properly. And I'm going to move this over to my second monitor just so I can actually see what's going on, because you docking it down there, it's really hard to see exactly what's going on, and that's the benefit of two monitors. But I can't really, I mean, there is ways I could do two monitor setups on stream, but I have a bunch of analytics running on my other monitor, so I kind of don't want to post let's see everyone see that. So what's going on? Why is he unable to? Oh, my headset's dying. That's beautiful. Okay. So, let me actually, give me 1 second. I'm going to go on BRB. I just got to go grab my wire. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting once we get this all working. And then once we get this working, I'm actually going to start on the next AI. Or the next enemy, which is just the dweller. There we go. I'm back, boys. Didn't want you guys to see me bending over. I'm not, can't be doing that. Anyways, let's go over to the within distance. Why aren't you seeing him? Like, you should be seeing him, but where's that debug line too? Why are you running? Animation movement smoother. Is there some type of error not letting him? No, there's just a he just doesn't want to. So is it not even repeating anything? There we go. You're repeating it. Why can't you see him? Okay, no, you can see him now, but you can't understand what's going on. There should be a debug line. Go into preferences real fast. Let me see some. For some reason, this is just. Do we have a target? We have the player. Oh, let me set that to 0. And he still is having trouble looking at him. So back to this. Why are you unable? That's being like really weird on why you can't see him. It's not even showing the debug line. Is it just like acting weird because something with Unity happened? That might be the reason. What's up, Hermit? How you doing? Speaking about. Oh wait, is the behavior designer not showing because? If you guys want to see what I'm doing, I can tell it's kind of boring to just sit back and wonder why it's not working. So basically, what it's trying to do is like, hey, within distance. But then you look and there's not a debug line. And we have a player. What if we do, you don't need a line of sight? That still kind of break it. It's also not repeating. It's not being live. Real-time error checking. How long have you been coding for? Well, in this session, about like maybe 20 minutes, but that's not what you're asking, and I was just being dumb. I've been coding for probably like close to what 2020. I probably started back when I was in I think I started in 4th grade, and I'm a senior in high school now. So you got 8 years, yeah, 8 years. Quick, easy, 12 minus 4. Okay, I just want to see. I just want to see if this is just some dumb issue with that. Why is this being so annoying? That's what I want to know. Okay, let me restart Unity. Let me make sure that's not the issue. Bloody hell, fair bit then. Been about 2 for me. Yeah, I started back when I was young. I got stuck in tutorial hell probably for honestly like 4 years. It was crazy. So half like the time I was just watching tutorials. And then only freshman year I kind of got out of that. I've of course had breaks. Like I used to do a lot of game dev in like 4th and 5th grade. I used to watch a lot of Brackeys, and I got my basics like that. But as I continued, I kind of got off tutorial hell and started working on just Windshire. Yeah, so this has been my first project off tutorial hell, and it's been going crazy. It's been a wild ride. Been a wild ride. But we're just waiting for Unity to open back up. Just make sure that isn't the issue. But should be starting back anytime soon. Give me 1 second as well. I'm gonna mute myself. Just give me 1 second until Unity starts. And we are back. Had a little my siblings were in a little bit of an argument, so I just went out there, make sure they weren't just killing each other or something. Anyways, we are back. Something I do want to check with the other org is that there's so many issues that could be happening with that AI in general that I'm gonna go over here to its behavior designer, and all I want to do is actions, movement. I guess it wouldn't really be movement, would it now? It would be kind of like a conditional. Within distance. All we want to make sure we're within distance is this player. And, yeah, we could say 5. Make the offset the same. Just make sure we're in at least kind of close to him, And I just want to double check, is this how it's going to look in game? If you guys are new to the stream, or you just hopped in from the, homepage maybe, hit that subscribe and like button. Always helps me out. Ego feels a little bit better at the end of the day after that, but we're like, hey, we're not in the distance, so why are you running? Where are you running to? That's the better question. Is it like trying to run towards 0-0? Because that's funny if it is, but not really that funny. Let's increase the size from that to like 15. Also like getting no gizmos or anything. This like whole behavior is kind of being weird. Okay, so there we go. Now we can actually see that. Oh, and I forgot to actually put a sequence on there. So trying to get him to attack you. Or actually, let me reply to your first initial question. Is still watch tutorials for what I need just to modify code. Oh, really? You actually finished a few games? Usually, I wish I did that, but I kind of just did a bunch of like follow-through tutorials and then showed my friends like, oh, I made a game, and then they're like, cool, and then there's just like Brackeys tutorials. so not that fun. But why is it not? Huh. Restart when complete. There it is. That's the radius. There we go. Now it might actually be able to show me what's going on. So with the radius of just 0, or I mean with the radius of 15, he's going to see the player and he's like, oh, we're within the distance. Let's go actually attack that guy. But he won't because we have an offset of 0. But if we just put the offset to 1, there we go. He starts running towards us. And then what's his end reach distance? Let's set it to 1. Okay. Yeah, he's just going to keep running towards us because I think we never reset those values. So once we reach the position, we're going to go back to the AI base. So whenever we reach the current position, we have a value. Angry hugs, lol. Yeah, for real. I'm not trying to get him to attack me. Honestly, just move towards me right now because all of that stuff works pretty well. It's just getting him to move towards me. That's what I'm trying to get done. But then, whenever he sets the path, searches for the path, fixed update, on disable, teleport. Where's like on start, search for, oh no, this is AI base. Search for the path. Let's see. So we set the path here, right? This is where we get the path. On path complete. That's what I was looking for. And it's okay, so on AI path, actually, that should be the better thing for it. We're looking for the on path complete. This function only handles AB paths, not to use special path types. So whenever we complete the path, is there like on target reached? We're gonna go right here and movement dot movement input is equal to vector 2.0. We're gonna do this too, and same thing for right here whenever we clear the path. So going best of luck, left to like. Thank you, Hermit, for that like. I greatly appreciate it. So hope you have a good time wherever you're heading to, or if you're going to bed, good night. So yeah. I gotta get my lighting stuff set up. Like I have a bunch of lighting equipment from back when I used to do like face videos, and I wanted to get lighting to be perfect in my room, but I just was too lazy to set it up today, even though like today was like the one day I needed it. So best of luck with the project, Hermit, if you're still lingering around. I hope he is, or he might just be long gone. Where are you going? We might not want to do it whenever we clear a path, only whenever on target reached. When do we clear paths? Is it whenever we disable? Dude's got a mind of his own. For real though, like what is this? So on disable, whenever we set a path, and if we don't have a path, then we just want to make sure we clear path. It's a good question. Clear path. And this might be a good time to also make sure he's not running anywhere. I was about to donate, but I checked my card and the monthly fee took the rest of my money. No worried, Evolved Phoenix. I appreciate the thought, and you just being here and leaving a like helps just as much, so I appreciate it. I'm still in the process of just trying to figure out how to set up that new Patreon's benefit of being able to view our Millinote board everywhere, because I don't want random people to edit it. No offense, guys. Love you all. But I like to only view it. I just gotta make sure there's actually an ability for us to do that. How are you doing, Tom? Don't want to finish up your name because that's never nice. No one's dumb. Offset is just like 1. He's not stopping. Now, hope no one was wearing AirPods or anything. So let's go down to here. Vertical velocity. Has he reached the end of the path? Yeah, I guess if something we might need to do is actually calculate how thick I didn't think I'm actually gonna use that seriously, but how thick our actual player collider is. That way, whenever he is like attempting to reach point 2, it's not point 2 away from our center, but rather point 2 plus the width of our collider. That might make it a bit better. But for now, we did get him to stop, which I'm surprised about, and he's very quick. And he's kind of jittery when he starts. So slow down when not facing target. Let me let's see if there's like some way to like custom, like make his max acceleration like kind of slow. I hate the fact that it's like super instant. You see that? Like look, like he starts running the second you leave. But that, like, look at that. That's so annoying right there. Picks slow down distance 5. Does he actually slow down? I don't think he does. It also looks like he's teleporting, which I did see a feature for that, but I don't know why you would want him to teleport. And also, you see, that's the issue we're kind of facing. So he's like trying to run sideways, because if we go over here and we look, are we actually able to look at his path? Because I swear we were able to before. You guys remember how we did that? Detailed gizmos. Start point. What if we make a start point? Ooh, there's like a lot. There is a lot of node center, interpolate, closest on node surface. See, the issue I'm also running into, and I think is a major problem, is since we're not getting a direction, we're just getting a position. Even though it is attempting to, it is like running towards us correctly, it's like super snappy, because if we actually look at this while we run, you see how those values, they should be between 0 and 1, but rather they're -50 and 25. So in reality, it should be like slowly interpreting between 0 and 1, but since we're just giving it a position rather than a direction, it's doing that. And I think this is a problem we ran into on our last stream. Like I was saying, like on our last stream, we tried to give it a direction, but that ended up giving us a ton of issues. So if I just move my mic away from my keyboard, I'm going to be able to do this a bit better. So if we're using root motion, let's first do that, and then this and that. This is really odd. So this is what it should look like. Okay, so what we're supposed to be doing is we want to get the direction that we're supposed to move in from the current position. Now let's see if today we have a bit more luck. So we're going to get the direction, which we want to get the direction from our current transform over to our current position. And to do that, we're going to need to do a to b is equal to b minus a. So we want to do current position minus the current transformed dot position dot normalized it, right? So we normalize it. We also want to set direction dot y equals to 0, just 0 it out so he's not trying to move up and down. And with that, we're also going to just draw a debug dot line. Draw a line. And we want to draw the line from transform dot position over to transform dot position plus direction times 5. And we're going to make this a color dot red. We're going to actually want the vector 3 for that, not vector 2. And we're going to just set it like this. So all this should change. He should still move in the same way, since we didn't actually change the what he's moving to. We should only see a new debug dot line. This is going to be kind of helpful for us in kind of multiple ways. Oh, and by the way, we do have a Discord if you guys do want to get more updates and what I'm working on. I do try to stream a lot of it, but we do have an awesome community that you can come join and make it a bit more lively. So back to this. I just want to see if that debug dot draw line is working how it should. And of course I didn't. Oh, I gotta actually change the offset to 1. What I'm wondering is, if we set this to, you see, I'm actually gonna run away from him, right? We're just gonna pause it. All we should see is a debug dot line drawn in the same way, or in the same direction. So there we go. So now we actually have the direction he should move in. And then with this, we can just set the movement input to that direction rather than doing the rest. And I hope this works. I highly doubt this will work, because this is what we did last time, right? Is we just got the direction and we put it in to the movement input equals direction. And this is actually what we do if we, once this finishes compiling. But this is what we actually did before, and it gave us some really weird results, but hopefully it won't be the same. If this works, it should change absolutely nothing. Or actually, it should change slightly. So, yeah, that's just a bug. Right now is all we gotta do is set the offset to 1, and you see he's supposed to be moving that way, but he's moving sideways more, and I wonder why that is. And that is because you see he's also slowing down as he gets closer. That shouldn't even be happening. Where's that debug? That debug dot line is correct. Now, if we move over more towards here, he's constantly just... Now he's not moving. He's moving in the other way. I wonder why that is. Because that's... Let me tell you, because that's not where this debug.line is headed. And that's what I'm wondering. So we're going to actually do a quick little test. We're going to go back to here. And we're going to go to our warrior orc. We're going to go over here to our room motion. No. I'm going to edit the script. So what we're going to do is go over to here. We're going to go scroll down to the on update. So we sample the position. Once we get it, what do? We set that movement input. What actually happens is that we set the look at position to next corner. So I'm wondering, why are we even doing this stuff whenever we could just do new vector 2 is 0 and then max speed? Or thought there was like current speed or something. Let's see where this reference points us. Where do you get next position? How do you get next position? AI base. So next position, go into the movement update. The AI path gives us next position. Now that's interesting. Okay, so what if instead of just editing all of that, we just set the we set it to this, because that's what we actually do, right? It's just weird why it's like doing that when it really isn't supposed to. Might have to hit up our trusty friend Captain Conrad to do the math stuff for me, because this math is just not fun. So, but at the same time, I don't need help. I'm a strong, independent man or woman. I'm just, but this is just really fun, right, guys? He's gone. He's absolutely just off. Okay, so that works, right? Okay, so this is like really interesting because just this is what it's supposed to look like, right? But we get the correct direction anyways by doing this. So now I'm wondering why by plugging that in, why don't we get the correct position we're moving towards? Now I'm wondering is what if instead of doing this, all we do is direction.y or movement. Let's do a new vector 2 0.direction dot z would be forward. So that's all we want to do is we want to move forward. And of course I'll be able to change this if this does work. I'll change it so he can also move sideways whenever he needs to. But for now, just for basic implementation, we can do this. And now I'm thinking, I think the reason, if this does work, I'm going to just bite my tongue right now. So, let me think. The reason this might not be working is because we're transforming a vector 3 into a vector 2. So let's just set this offset to 1. He's slowing down. I don't get why. Now he's moving backwards. This also makes no sense why. If we go into debug, right? We're passing in, that's the Z. Let me, this makes no sense. So, okay, so also what I'm thinking is that this is the debug.line's working because we're not just getting the direction. If we just get the direction, it's also really buggy because that doesn't, if we also do transform.position plus direction for the movement input, we're basically just giving it another position rather than another direction, which is something we don't want to do. Let me just see if I can Google this. Okay, yeah, it didn't work. But, so what I'm thinking is that this, so it points a vector over to there. Let me just show you what this looks like. Let me duplicate this, and let's not add the direction. So basically, this is what we're doing. So in the dude, I wish it worked like that. I just wish like I could just tell it what to do, just like slap it, like work right. But it doesn't work like that because I'm like, clearly my math is just straight up wrong. Now I'm wondering why it's wrong. So we've been at this for about an hour, and we're back to the same problem we were on last stream. So I just wish there was a good way of, because right, if we're, it doesn't work well if we just give it the current position. So it's gonna be quite funny looking at. All right, so you see, we're just like, hey, move over here. That's 0, 0. So we. It only doesn't work like that because you didn't program the crate correctly to make. Honestly, that might be a good thing to program. So let's just pause it, right? So we're like, hey, move over here. But that's not where it's supposed to be going. Now I'm wondering, why is it like that? So we're going to move the AI back, right? I'm going to move him way back. He's moving fast, and then if my idea is right as he like gets closer to this, he's going to slow down. Yeah, there we go. He starts slowing down, or he doesn't slow down. Wait, what? Hold on, why is this like working now? Okay, so then like I am so lost. Why? So you see, if we're moving in this direction, okay, I think I know how to fix this. We basically just make the map like only going in this specific direction. And I think I have an idea on why this is happening. So You see, he's getting further away from this, meaning that there's this whole like slow down distance, right? So after he may reach past that, he might start running faster, which doesn't make any sense why he's going over there. Is that where the current position is? Let me debug current position. So let me debug line, just current position times 5. Current position, we start at current position and we go vector 3 dot up times 5. And let's make this blue. Please increase the volume. Will do. Is that a little bit better? I increased it by a little bit. I don't want to give everyone like a major migraine from hearing my voice, but let me see. Everything seems doing pretty decent. Is that the better? I actually can't even tell if that's doing any better. Oh, did I like... Oh, I did turn off my headset. That's actually really funny. So, can't even tell if that's doing any better. Let me know if you need me to increase it a bit more. If you do, just let me know. So, what now we should be able to see is actually the debug line on the current position. Where is the current position? For real, I love using after I learned how to use them, it's all I use. Set that to 1. Now, why is it going back? Did I do transform? No, I just did. Is current position not what we're supposed to be doing? Okay, so the red line is in line with the green. This is where we're supposed to go, right? Yellow line is from current position, or from the transformed position to current position. The blue line is just supposed to be current position. Okay. Is current position not... Is current position already a direction, though? That'd be really bad naming if it already is a what if we just do current position dot normalize? Right? We normalize it, and then we're like, hey, move in current position. One other thing I do want to test, right, is what if we do this, right? But instead of doing direction, we do current position. And we set that to yellow. I wonder if we're like making it a direction twice. Like current position is already a direction we're trying to move in, yet it's called current position. Because current position for me just sounds like the current position we're trying to move to. We're not doing that. Is next position what we're trying to move to? Okay, 1 second. What's controller? It's character controller. We're not using a controller though. So, if it's not equal to null, that's equal to null. So it jumps over to here. We're like, hey, last elevation. Or no, hold up. So this is false, but this is true. Oh, oh my goodness. Do we have that enabled? Do we have update position equal to true? Where does it even? No, whoops. Oh my gosh, we gotta set update position equal to false. Oh my gosh, we are so dumb. So now let me go to debug. If you guys see use gravity, movement, rigid body T. I wonder if we set AI base, we just disable that, what happens? I want it to be exposed. Or at least so I can see it. It says a non-serializable, so I don't, that might be blocking it from seeing it even in here. See, we don't want it to update the position. We're looking for a check mark that says update position. We don't want that to be true. But if we set that to false, hold up. You know, that would be pretty funny, but now, that's not what is supposed to happen. This is only useful if you want to control the movement of the character using some other means, such as, for example, root motion, but still want the AI to move freely. Combined with calling from a separate script instead of being called automatically can take a similar approach for what is documented here. So what does this mean? Coupling animation to get a response from covering a wide range of movements. We notice that. The goal does not guide you to set up navigation. Did I just say gold? What? Huh. This is very intriguing. Okay, so now that moved, but I don't want it to. Okay, so it updates the position now. But I want to use all of those features. So are we going to have to do some type of workaround for it to actually work? Oh, now it's just it's falling now. The vertical velocity is that. This is very odd. Okay, so I think the goal, the important thing of using this is that we actually do want this turned off. Or not that. We want update position to be turned off because this is gonna allow us, right, to, this literally is telling me if you want to use root motion to move it, you want to turn it off. Wait, yeah, so this is literally telling me if false, then all movement calculations will happen as usual, but the object that this component is attached to will not move. So, that's important, boys and girls. We're going to have to... I'm sorry, I just got a text real fast. So, what we're going to have to do, kind of follow this tutorial, sort of. Then we now have two discrete animation state that will couple with two transitions. To control, okay, so that's all just mechanism stuff. Navigation control. Place the nav mesh. Additionally, change the speed property to match the maximum speed. Create a nav mesh for each scene and place the character. Next, we'll need to tell the character where to navigate to. This is very specific to the... Here, we've chosen a click to move behavior. The character will move to the point in the world that the user has clicked on the screen. You'll see that character. However, the animations don't match the movement. We need to communicate the state and velocity of the agent. To transfer the velocity and state info from the agent to the animation control, we'll add another script. This is their locomotion simple agent, right? So, since we're not using nav mesh anymore because I hate nav mesh. Unity, I love you though. Smooth delta, they also get two vector 2s, one for the velocity and one for the delta position. We don't update the position automatically, so we don't actually move the AI. We get the world delta position, agent.next position, and minus, so where we're going to minus our current position is the delta position. Then we map the world delta position. Hello, Animation Hall, how are you doing? So then we map it to a local space rather than world space. So there we go. Then we do a low pass filter. I don't know what that is, honestly. Update the velocity of time advances. Then you were like, hey, should we move? Now I'm wondering, am I using the AI path? Is there like a better agent that I could be using? Pathfinding, AI. There's AI lerp, AI path, and rich AI. I think AI path is what we need. But still, okay, back to the this. Then we just update the parameters. And then we set the look at position to the agent.steering target plus transform forward. First, the script tells the agent not to update it. We handle the position update that last in script. The orientation is updated by the agent. The animation blend is controlled by reading the agent velocity. It is transformed into a relative velocity and then smoothed. The transformed horizontal velocity components are then passed to the animator, and additionally the state switching between island movement is controlled by the speed. Okay. I just need to reread that again because I'm like one of those people that I gotta read it twice to understand this. So, it's controlled by reading. Okay, so yeah, it is transformed into relative velocity based on the characters. I'm assuming this is what this is doing right here. We're getting the delta position. Which, dang, my face is like really white. I'm gonna turn this off until we get back to a dark screen because white screens hurt. Next, and then it's smoothed. I'm guessing what this is doing. This is like smoothing it right here. The transformed horizontal velocity, that's the x, components then passed into the velocity x. Okay. Additionally, to state switching. Okay, so then in the on animator move callback, we update the position of the character to match the navmesh agent. Okay. Playing the scene gives us the animation match the movement as close as possible. So is this what we should be doing? Is going into here, going down. It's gonna. Actually, let's go back up to up here. Combined with calling movement update from a separate script instead of it being called movement update interval. And since we're using AI path, no, I pressed F11 again, boys. I'm gonna turn the ring light back on. Okay, so that is super interesting. So we want to press F12 in the AI path. So then we do current accelerations equals max acceleration if negative calculate. Okay. If we update our position, we do that. If we update our rotation, do that. But current position is the simulated position. Okay. Now I'm assuming in our external script, it probably is. Let's actually go over here to where do you think the preferences would be at? I thought it would be in property windows. No. Why would it be there? Oh, I'm 100% sure we can. Oh, options. Keyboard maybe? Oh gosh. Then we just look for the Alt F11. Or just we look for straight F11, right? Or shoot, I actually don't. Is it like compile? Would it be under compile? Ah, whatever. Anyways, you're gonna be off track. Right, quit. All right. Anyways, hey Aaron. Thank you for being a new sub. I really appreciate that. We're actually just now working on some navmesh, or is getting this stuff down. Your sound is super low. Is this better? That's quite loud actually, but I hope this is a little better. Update which point we're moved to. Alright, Ryan, please do. I'm gonna need that. So we update which point we're moving towards, calculate the distance to the end of the path. So actually, a lot of this should be done not in this script. Now that I see it, what we do want to do, which is probably should have looked into this a bit more. I wonder if we actually like type into Google like root motion A* pathfinding. Are we gonna find like? Oh, look at this. There's a mechanism bridge. Example of how to use mechanism with included movement scripts. The scripts we'll use to apply room motion to. Oh my gosh. It assumes that the mechanism controller uses 3 input. Input magnitude, which is simply 1 when the character should be moving and 0 when it should be stopped. X, which is component of the desired movement direction moving along that. Okay. Like, there. Okay, so there's a bunch of this stuff. Wait, is this like an actual. That. What? Huh? Why was I not told about the mechanism bridge? So, what do we use? Find the feet of the character. Okay. Then we get the AI base. Can move is set to false. Update position. That. What? Excuse me? Why is this a thing? We've spent so much time. We spent so much time working on a root motion. Oh my gosh. Alright, boys. We figured this out. Let me go on a straight, like, 5-minute break, clear my head a little bit, because my head is absolutely just pounded right now. I am just, like, fuming with anger. And I'm really tired, so I can't really show my anger. Give me a 5-minute break. I'll be right back, boys. Alright, boys. We're back. We're back. Oh my gosh. The absolute anger. Okay, I'm back. The absolute anger I have. So I wonder, we're gonna disable this. We're gonna go back. We're like, hey, um, just debug this. We're gonna need to call. Let's just let's read up on this documentation. It assumes that the mechanism it's also used with this stuff. So let's read through the script, and we're gonna need to do something before I forget about it. We're gonna need to just set this to big X and big Y, and that's it. It also has a thing called input mag. So we're gonna need to call this. So now I'm wondering if we just run this, right? What will happen? We're understanding this, but we gotta understand it a little bit better, you know? We're like, hey, set the offset to 1. Wait, what script is handled by script? I'm gonna assume it means mechanism bridge. Yeah, okay. Mechanism bridge on animator move. But before IK. So what I'm gonna need is I'm gonna keep track of this. And we're gonna just need to see what is being called. So you guys see like the absolute like issues I run into? This is like this dumbest problem I've ever had to deal with. So on animator move. Give me one moment. I'm getting a phone call, boys. Give me 1 second. I got to do one more thing before we continue. Alright guys, we're back. We're back and we're gonna get this working. Sorry, I got a phone call from my parents. They needed help with something real fast. You know how it would be though. But we're finally back. So back to this. What are we doing? So cache sessions to the movement script. We have this running. And we're going to set this to 1. He should just be moving towards us because it's a... Huh. Alright, so there we go. So we got him doing that, but he's not actually moving towards us. Now I'm wondering, why isn't he moving towards us? He should be able to move towards me. Rotate the character, then we get the next position. You should just be moving toward... I thought... Why did they make it so complicated? Debug.step as command binded to F11. Ooh, I'm gonna have to go change that. But before we do that, actually, since we're here, options. Then we're gonna go to debug.step. What is it? Step into. Remove. Okay. Now if we press F11. Nope, it still does it. This is like building out. Ryan, you gotta keep doing research. Oh gosh. Alright, back to this. You removed. Oh, step back into. I'm dumb. Options. Debug.step into. Oh. Step into. F11. We remove that. Ah, you did it! Let's go. I love you. Alright, so. What if we just do like anim dot root apply root motion is equal to true. I don't think this is right at all. This is so much more complicated than I wish it was. Let me back out of this, or the documentation, root motion with A star. No one uses mechanism with A star. For a simple root motion, you only need this, and I'm currently trying to get it work with the RVO. I also had to set up my... Huh. Just making them with the included script. Oh gosh, this is so bright on my eyes. So, Mechanism bridge. Now, what am I doing wrong? If you guys are new to the stream, I just want to say welcome. Really glad you guys decided to join into it. Stream's a bit longer. We just want to get this done. I'm so tired of it not working. We just need to set that to 1. And he's just not moving towards me. Why? Oh, we get the desired velocity by getting the AI dot desired velocity. Do we have something not set to what it should be on here? What if... Where is it? Constraint to graph enabler. Where's our like because we did so much stuff with the AI base. I wonder if okay, so let's go down to 621 wherever let's find this reference and we set this to false. Maybe that's what's not making it work. Because maybe all of our efforts was just for nothing. Gosh, that would be such a pain. But yeah. How are you guys liking the live streams, by the way? You guys digging it, or should I just not do them? Like, what's your opinion? Just wait off and do the devlogs monthly, or you guys a fan of them? Like seeing the issues I run into. And if this works, guys, I think I'm just gonna get up and just like throw myself out the window. But because that's like 2 days of work just gone. And then of course they don't want to work. Of course they don't want to work. Why wouldn't they want to work? I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, they're just... Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I agree. I kind of like the live streams. Max acceleration, set that to like 2. You know, that's a perfect time to say that, Ryan. I appreciate it. Move! Just walk forward! Oh my gosh. I hate this. Literally, now it's like applying the right stuff. Move forward. That's all I want you to do. Nope. Alright. Alright. I see how it wants to be. I see how it wants to be. Alright, so we're going to go down to 621. I just want to know why. Why? Such a pain. I wonder if I like just like re-imported the AI path stuff. Maybe it would work then. I'm getting very, very, very annoyed with all of this. So like the mechanism bridge stuff, we don't need that. We finalized them. Okay. I love when it just doesn't point you in the right direction. What if we just call, like, an update? So, like, we take all of this stuff, and we're like, nah. In here. And we just, like, delete that. What happens now? Oh, gosh. I would laugh if this actually ends up working. I would just chuckle. Welcome to the stream. If you are new, hit that like button. Love seeing that number go up. But going back to this. Okay. Now we just we see what happens. I really hope this works. There's just like a bunch of errors that pop up. This would just be lovely if it decided to work. Okay, so then we go over here, we set this to 1. Huh! It does just end up working. That's just very, very lovely. Okay, so that works. But I wonder why they had it in the on animator move. Because even if we did it, chat. Come on. Give me some love for that. We done did it. So now it moves. But why was it in the on animator move? So let's just read through this, see what's going on. So we're like, hey, give me the next position and next rotation, right? We pass in the current time dot delta time, right? Gosh, I gotta. Oh, I can make that really bright, guys. Oh, hold up, let's turn that down. All right. Anyways, back to this. So we get the current next position, right? We're like, all right, what's the desired velocity? The AI dot velocity that the agent wants to move with includes gravity and local avoidance if applicable in worlds per unit. All right. Then we're like, what's the desired velocity without gravity? It's the same. Oh, but we set that to 0. Should have read the next line. Then we're like, all right, well, what's the input dot magnitude? If this is true, then or this is less than 0.1, it's 0, otherwise it's 1. So then we do local desired avoidance. Then we turn this from world space to local space. All right, Tom, I hope you have a wonderful time doing what you need to. I'll catch you in the next stream, hopefully. Smooth velocity, then we just lerp, we get the smooth velocity, right? If the magnitude is less than 0.4, then we want to normalize that and multiply. I don't really understand what this is for, but then we just set x and y to that. Then we're like, all right, well, then let's rotate. Let's rotate, boys. Let's get them rotating. So we're like, hey, how much should we rotate? And then, we rotate towards. Something I did read down here is that this is used in an example scene. Example 3, Raycast Navmesh 1. So what if we go over to... You know what I'm thinking, boys. Hold up. We might be onto something because there's two different types of root motions. The ones that actually have the movement baked in, words, the ones that actually have it just of velocity into them. And I'm wondering, this is a question I've had, is example 3, Raycast. Let's save this scene, right? Now I'm wondering, is like the animation that the bot is using, right? It's not using that. Why did... Oh no, I did not mean to do that. Edit the script. Mine bot animation. It's not using that. Last on target reached update. What's the animation it's using? Huh. Now if we actually go over to this, we're like, hey, mine underscore bot forward. Okay. Event. Where do we see the velocity stuff? Motion, mask, events, curves. I swear you could see. So you see, he's not actually moving forward, which might be answering my question. Boys, I think I just answered my question. Is that he's not actually moving in the animations. Because I remember there was this whole big thing with back in phase 1, we were trying to add root motion. And let me move my mic so you guys can actually hear me a bit better. Anyways, there's a whole thing with the root motion, right? Is that when I was trying to implement it for the first time, instead of having animations that did root motion, I would use on animator move. And this way, I kind of like faked root motion, sort of. I don't exactly remember why I used it or how I used it, but I remember I did use it. So I'm thinking that these animations have root motion, but they don't actually move the character forward. And they're using on animator move because they still have like a desired velocity inside the actual animation itself. I can't find where it says that. But they use that within the code on the on animator move, and that makes it actually move around. And if my theory is incorrect, then I guess it's just incorrect. But by using the mechanism bridge and actually changing it over to and changing it over to the update, we're doing all these calculations, but we have actual root motion. I completely forget why I had to do that. But with this, we lose a lot. We don't actually lose any functionality compared to our animator movement smoother. The only reason we had to do movement input, look at position, and all of that. All right, Ryan. Well, have a good time and try and catch. And I'll try to catch you. Awesome, man. Well, good luck. Don't let your pets, die. That wouldn't be nice. But we're gonna figure this out. I don't think I'm gonna be streaming. Hopefully it won't be too much longer because this stream has gone on a little too long. But we're figuring it out. We're figuring this all out. I definitely do want to talk to someone who maybe can put this more into a... Hold up. Before I keep rambling on, let's figure out what the on-animator move does in Unity. So the on-animator move is... callback for processing animation movements for modifying root motion. This callback will be invoked. So I want to say that this is kind of like doing root motion in code. I have some code which I believe was from a third-person Unity example and plays on it. I So and applies root motion just like if you had the animations play on the spot without root motion. So what does he do? Animator.apply built-in root motion. We implement this function to override the default root motion. This also allows us to modify the positional speed before it's applied. This is related to state machines. Possibly the issues of valuing criminals puns. So I wonder. So this is just using on animator move simply just overrides Unity's normal root motion, which I don't think we actually want to do. If this works, I have the heebie-jeebies about it, but I also have a heebie-jeebies about a lot of stuff that just seem to work, and I just try to overcomplicate them. So, since this works, I do want to see the performance hit, though. So, we have this warrior orc. We're going to open up the profiler. We're recording the profiler. So, goodbye, bae. But yeah. So, from what I can tell, this works properly and how it's supposed to. So. And then we pause it, then we go to the profiler, and we scroll up. I'm going to bring this out to the side view. And let's pause it. Okay, so here is our performance. So it's actually quite good. It's over 100 FPS just in here. But let's go right here. This is a camera render. I don't want rendering. I just want scripts. What's this peak right here? Update. Battle Circler update. That's running quite a lot. A-star pathfinding is only running 0.8 interaction player update. Where is, I wonder... You can see all of these are running at 0%. Battle Circler and A-star path is calling a lot. That's just doing paths in general. Mechanism bridge, that's right. So 0.3%. Now, what I want to try is having a lot of paths. So, first things first is I'm going to go over to here, and you guys can't see this, but I'm just changing the one value I need to. So, something I've noticed, right, is running a lot of these. Let's just get like a ton of these, right? I think this might be more orcs than we might need at one time, but I just want to see the performance hit of calling this every update. Something we might need to look into is, since it does do a bunch of lerping stuff when it doesn't need to. So what is that, 24 orcs? Let's just make an even 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30, because we gotta... So these are 30 orcs, right? I have the profiler on. Why are you called Hive? Hive is honestly, I just thought it was a cool name, so I was just like sticking with it, and then I just ended up liking it. So not really a rhyme or reason. I made the profile picture before I made Hive the actual name, and then I'm like, well, it looks like a beehive, and it was actually inspired by something to do with that. But yeah, back to this. So these are about 30 orcs. Let's start running the profiler. And these are quite a bit of orcs. Let's call up stats. So we're currently at, okay, so with physics running at the same exact time, we're running close to 60 FPS with basically no rendering, right? So there's the hiccups, and then let's just stop it. There we go, and let's go right here. So then we're gonna look for the same thing. This is causing a whole 12%. Camera loop is still calling 13, but mechanism bridge, that's the most impacting call, because there is calling about 30 of these every frame, and it's having to run through a lot of these like vector 3 dot lerps every frame. It does this every single frame. So what I might have to do is I'm gonna see with the on animator move, it might run just as often, or let me look that up. How often does on animator move call? So in an empty project, I got an animated controller and checked time.delta time in both update and on. Normal animate worked as intended, meaning when set to animate physics resulting in. I did notice that the first. Okay, so from what I'm reading, or from what I'm assuming, a lot of people are saying it gets called just as often, so it's not even a performance thing. I'm assuming it has the same thing to do. It gets called just as much as update, so it's not performant enough for my liking. Even though doesn't cost that many frames, it's still enough of an impact that I personally think I want to take. So let's just drag all of these over and to the right. More like right there. 29. Something like that. So one thing, I don't like having lerp being called every single second or every update. And this is going to call no matter what, as long as so I'm guessing the only benefit of using on animate move might be that it only calls whenever the animation is needing it to. So I want to go through here and I want to look through some stuff and only move it if necessary. And it might be harder. What I could do is have a value like saying on move or something on an AI manager script, and only move it if it's trying to move. That could be a fix. Another fix is just, honestly, it does calculate. Computers love calculations. It does that really fast, so that's not really a problem. Like doing simple stuff like plus equals, multiplying, applying, doing rotate point. I'm assuming that doesn't take much. I'm more worried about how much lerp does. So I just don't like that this is being called every second. So I'm gonna have to do some more research on how to optimize this best, but we did get it to work, and it's very funny that we did a lot of the stuff on the previous streams were kind of for nothing. So I'm happy that we got the orc to work, but the one thing I do want to do now is not, so we don't need that. All we need to do now is just transfer it over and make it work with this orc. This is our fully fledged out working orc, and the biggest problem I'm running into with this orc is the fact that if we just move it over to here, the width and distance isn't working. So, and I'm wondering why doesn't it want to work? So I'm gonna run this again without this. Actually, the only other script we need is mechanism bridge. And I really love A-Star now, just because of that feature. So we don't even need the animator movement smoother, which is super weird, because me and Captain Conrad worked a lot on that. Or actually, excuse me, Captain Conrad made the whole root motion system. So by just having A-Star and having people that know how all the pathfinding works do it for us, that's going to save a lot of time with bug fixing and making sure it all works on their pathfinding. Now, within distance is still not being called properly. I wonder why. It's not even drawing a debug ray. It's literally not even working for anything. What? Ignore everything other than the player. And does that do anything? No. Does line of sight have anything to do with it? Huh. But if we enable this guy, I feel like its behavior tree's just messing up. Huh. The fact that this is now messing up as well kind of doesn't seem like a good thing. That's really weird why his behavior tree's all wacky now. Wacky. Let me remove that. And just see if this works. So let me go over to here. And if you're within that distance, where is it trying to run to? What? It doesn't even have a target though. Oh, this is complicated. Now there's like weird issues happening with all of this. Okay, but we've been working on this for quite some time. I think this is going to be the time where I'm going to end off the stream just so we can come with a fresh mind tomorrow. I'm probably going to be streaming around hopefully like 4 o'clock tomorrow if it all works out. But we're going to get this all figured out, and by the end of this weekend, we're going to have everything working as it should. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this stream, and if you did, hit that like button and subscribe and join that Discord below, because that's where you're going to figure out where when I start streaming. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.